friends, welcome back to my channel. It is wonderful to have you here. Today I am talking about change, which is our new theme for the month of March. If you haven't seen the other themes that I've done for this year so far, I will link the previous playlist here, and it's all on love, and that was February's theme, and then I'm sure in those videos I've linked back to January's theme, but regardless, they're all in my playlist. If you go and have a look there, you can watch those videos. But today I want to talk about change, and I really want to talk about what the real issue with change is. I'm just going to make a blanket statement here, and you may or may not agree with me, but I'm going to say that the vast majority of the population on the planet does not like change. Or we struggle to cope with it and to deal with it. And so I kind of wanted to have a little chit chat about why. Like, what's the issue? Why don't we like change? Why do we struggle with it? Why do we resist it? Yeah, I mean, or maybe you're not one of those people. Maybe you do like change and you like embrace it and take it on wholeheartedly. I'm not one of those people. I'm just gonna put my hand up and say I don't like change. Not unless I know about it and I have like planned it out, and you know what I mean? I am a planner, I'm an organizer. I like to know what's happening from day to day, from hour to hour, sometimes minute by minute. I like to have my day organized. I like to be ahead of the game and know what I'm going to face. And so change is hard for me. And like, I have to sit back and think about why. Why is change so hard? Why do we struggle with it so much? And I think at the end of the day, it comes down to control and fear. I think it's those two things, because we like to be in control of our circumstances. We don't like our circumstances to control us. I get that. Totally get that. I think we also have a big fear of the unknown. You know, like with this change, what is that going to mean? I know last year we were told that our house was being put on the market. We were in a rental at the time, and I was in the second trimester of my pregnancy with Annie, and I freaked out. I flipped out because I had like planned what it was going to be like having two kids in that house. I liked where we lived. I mean, now I look back and I'm like, man, it was a dump, but I didn't know anything different. You know, I was really thankful for it. I enjoyed living there, and all of a sudden those dreams came tumbling down. And like, still now where we live, there's a huge rental shortage, and so we had it pretty good where we were. We had 3 bedrooms, we had a big fenced backyard. It was a good place, and to find something like that within our price range was going to be just about impossible. And so I flipped out. I freaked out. I was like, how am I going to cope with this? How am I going to deal with it? It was really hard. But it turned out that that change was like the best thing ever for us, because we ended up buying a house, which is like, honestly, what we're paying, which includes our insurance and our rates and everything, is still cheaper or like the same as what we'd be paying in a rental property that obviously we don't own. So it's been an awesome thing for us. And like, if I look back, a lot of the changes that I've been through have been for the good and for the positive. So the whole thing about not wanting it is like, it's just something that's inside, and it's really hard to deal with. But like, it's true, change is usually something that is for the good. I can see this all of the time with my kids. If you've watched many of my videos, you probably know I like my kids to be in a routine. I think it's healthy for them. They thrive in it. They are happy and well-rested children. And I know not everybody is like that. I think most babies eventually like sort of go into their own routine, but I definitely like to help my children along. You know, different parenting styles, whatever works for you. But that is what works for us. And sometimes I can see in my child that they need a change in routine, and I don't want to change it. And that sounds really silly, but I'm scared. Like, what's going to happen? Are they going to be miserable like when I change it? Are they going to fight against it? Is it just going to be a nightmare? And so I try and put off the change. Even though I can see that they need it, I'm like, no, it's going to be hard. even if they're like miserable now, it sounds so silly, but sometimes they can be miserable in the routine they're in because they've outgrown it. And I still try to like plod along with it because I'm like, no, I'm too scared to change. And then an example of that is we changed Annie's routine last week. She was taking 4 naps and I extended her awake times and dropped down to 3 naps. And honestly, I don't know if it was coincidence, but overnight she became a way happier baby. Like before then she was just like a nightmare to try and keep happy during her awake time. She was just grizzly and grumpy, and then we changed her routine and she's been happy. Like she only gets fussy in the last sort of 20 minutes and then you can distract her quite easily. So she needed more sleep and more, like her naps needed to be longer, but her awake time needed to be longer as well. So she'd be much happier, and the change was something she needed, but I was resisting it. And the truth is with kids, a lot of the time you can change their routine and then they're super grumpy for a few days, but then they quite happily go along with the new routine. So that's why I kind of have a rule when I try a new routine with my kids. I always try and stick it out for at least 5 days, 5 to 7 days. If by 5 days it's just like a total meltdown, then I would go back or reevaluate or whatever. But you know, I try and stick to it for a little while because it takes time to get used to things, right? So yeah, what do you think is the real issue with change? Obviously, it pushes us outside of our comfort zone. But for me personally, I think that change produces resilience and moldability, flexibility, those kind of things. I remember watching a TED Talk once on stress and how the whole idea of like getting rid of it in our lives is actually a bad thing, that we need stress because stress, just like change, produces resilience in us and it teaches us how to cope. Now, not like long-term hardcore stress, but like stress in everyday life is just a natural part of life and it is a good thing for us. And so I think change and stress kind of go hand in hand, because when we're facing like a change, even little changes and big changes, we do kind of stress about it a bit, and then we learn how to mold and adapt and grow from it. So I would say that change is for the most part a positive thing. I think we can see it in a negative light when it's happening, or it can be like negative circumstances, but the actual change can be positive overall. I don't know, that's just the experience I've had in my life to date. You may have totally different experiences. Let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts? Do you struggle with change? Do you embrace it? Are you like a fly by the seat of your pants kind of person, or do you like to know what's going on and be prepared for what you're supposedly going to face? I'm definitely that kind of person. I like to know what's going on. Yeah. But that is all I have to say in this video. It was more of a sit down chit chat video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know by hitting the thumbs up button. And if you want to keep up to date with my videos, don't forget to subscribe. I also have a blog. It's christinekeys.net. It's linked in the description below. There you will find additional content from me, so go check that out. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye!